Alright, we're back for another video review. Got cigar number 8. Let's go outside and have a seat and a smoke. I'm going to walk around the property because some of the guys here sounded like they're interested in seeing the landscape that we got here. Dogs are going to be running wild, so come on, guys. Good pop. So this is a view from my front porch. My dogs, Kumba and Aya. And normally there's a hammock there, but I got it down because I'm going to be cutting it. The grass, that is. And then this is a little back porch that we've got. And if you can kind of see off in the distance, that's a barn that I'm working on renovating. Come on. Come on, guys. Down over there is the pool. Crazy dogs. And in the distance down there, you can see some, if you can hear me over the dogs, you can see some fruit trees that I planted. And we've also got a new road that we put in down there off of the driveway to go to the barn. And then back here we got a bunch of woods and a little wraparound porch in the back. And some nice trees that we've got kind of shading the house. It's about 17 acres, about 4 or 5 of which I got to mow. So now you understand why I tend to have a cigar when I'm mowing the lawn. All right, I'll be back to smoke this thing up. You guys think I make this shit up? I don't. I'm out of breath because I was just chasing the dog around the property. She plucked the cigar off the outside table and decided to run with it. So this is what cigar number 8 looks like right now. I'm going to try to review it, but I think I should get a pass on this one. Not good. Yes, you're the one. Cigar now looks like it's riddled with beetle holes. Looks around 5.5 inches, maybe 50 ring gauge, something like that. From certain manufacturers, they might call it a Robusto. Certain domestic manufacturers. Nice wrapper. When it's not, you know, riddled with dog teeth. I'll give it a shot. I'll see what happens. Well, it lit. I think it'll burn. We'll see. The wrapper is completely coming off of my mouth. Oh, look at that. She must have bit the top of it too. Freaking dogs. There we go. Kind of having some draw problems here. Again, it might be because it's got multiple puncture wounds. In terms of whether the cigar is Cuban or not, there are a couple of things that make me think it isn't. One is the wrapper is very thin, almost papery-like. The taste, I don't know. The taste doesn't really give me any kind of strong determination either way. You know, I'm almost getting an Avo-ish or a Davidoff-ish taste, and it does have. I mean, the way the wrapper looks here, despite the fact that it's, you know, all screwed to hell, it does look like some of the nice sun-grown wrappers that Davidoff and Avo use for some of their cigars. Slightly bitter, but I think this has, you know, I'm going to give it maybe 4 years of age. I guess the problem I'm having is just looking at it, I can't really think of what What Davidoff or what Avo Vitola could possibly be this size? I'm a big fan of the LEO 5s, but without a direct comparison, I really don't know if this is the kind of size. I know it is a thicker cigar than the LEO 7s. But I thought it wasn't quite this long. This one looks like 5.5 inches, 5.6 inches, something like that. I'm having a hard time getting a decent draw through here. So if Sin NYC doesn't give me a pass on this one, I'm gonna have to hurt him. I mean, the wrapper is basically coming off. And the reason why I'm thinking Davidoff or Avo is that Henke Kilner is the guy who does the blends down there, and whether it's the way he likes blending it or whether it's the tobacco that they use or whatever, a lot of the stuff that they come out with has a slightly floral taste to it, at least, especially in the beginning. I'm kind of getting a little bit of that in this one. It's not nearly as bitter as the LEO 7 was. This one's a puzzle. I mean, if it were a Cuban cigar, only thing that I think that it could reasonably be would be a Magnum 50. And there are just a lot of things that I have a hard time believing that that's what it is. This leaf is a little too dainty. And I guess if I were to play it safe, I could guess that it's a Davidoff, since Davidoff makes all the stuff for Avo. Yeah, I really think it's too big to be an LEO 5. It's a very nice cigar. I mean, despite the fact that I'm having draw problems with it, and despite the fact that it spent the last 15 minutes in my dog's mouth, it's a pleasant tasting cigar. It's medium bodied. It's not nearly as bitter as some of the other cigars that I've had in the blind taste test. It seems relatively developed. There's my wife making fun of me for doing the video. And it's pleasant. It's got a very nice taste, medium body taste. I'm going to say it's a non-Cuban cigar. In terms of the age, I'm going to give it... well, we say 3 or 4 years. It does taste a little bit older than that to me, but it also could just be a blend that is a little more subtle and refined, so you wouldn't get that kind of harsh edge on it even when it's kind of young. And in terms of the rating, I mean, you know, it's tough. I mean, it's a dog rocket now, you know, literally. But this is a very enjoyable cigar. I don't feel the need to have any kind of drink accompanying it. The taste is quite nice. I think I'm actually going to give it an 8. I mean, despite the fact that I'm having a hard time drawing it, it is a very nicely blended cigar. Nice medium body cigar. Leaves a nice aftertaste in my mouth. And I'm going to have to say it's something from, and if you look at the ash here, see that pure white ash that we've got? I'm going to have to say it's Dominican. And I'm going to say it's an Avo or Davidoff. I mean, really, they come from the same manufacturer. And even though I don't think it's the right size, I'm going to go with an Avo LEO 5. It's something like that. I mean, this to me looks like a Ecuadorian, maybe a shade-grown wrapper. Nice and thin. Just kind of the way this cigar is constructed. Yeah, and again, it really is a case where some of the data doesn't really fit what I'm guessing the cigar is. It's just a case where I'm not sure. To me, it does taste non-Cuban. And it tastes like something that Henke Kilner would blend. I don't know what Avo or Davidoff would be this size, but I don't know what else it could be. And that's really the bottom line. And I think I'm going to put this cigar out before it falls apart.